You're all my people. But here's the thing about perfectionism. Perfectionism is really just fear in a party dress. Fear of not being enough or having enough. Fear of not having the right answer, which is really just another manifestation of not being enough, or being too much of the wrong thing. So rather than attempt to tackle our perfectionist tendencies head on by how they manifest what we see, what if we addressed the underlying concerns that created that perfect garden where perfectionism could prosper and grow? Talking about letting go. And even though it might not sound like it, I'm talking about letting go of bad theology. Last week, I passingly mentioned spiritual trauma and my decades-long journey untangling bad theology. My bad theology, the perfectionism that is absolutely woven into my bones, comes from a toxic form of Protestant Christianity. And I have the Bible verses to prove it. Be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Yeah. Whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do as to the Lord. Whoever puts their hand to the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom of heaven. Unless you think you are safe from all of this because you don't share that religious background, know that bad theology is not limited even to religion. Although you might think so, since theology literally means the study of God. But you can have bad theology as an atheist or humanist as well. The stories that we tell ourselves or that we have absorbed from some branch of the culture we were raised in, stories that limit our understanding of ultimacy or that demand that we put some aspect of ourselves aside, those stories are bad theology. And frankly, since 90% of folks in Unitarian Universalist congregations are come-inners, I'm going to guess that we could have a whole banquet table full of bad theology. And I'm here to tell you that it's time to examine all those things that you've been carrying with you, possibly on those giant spools, you know, the patio tables that you'd have to, push in front of you. It's time to let it go. Let go, break away, experience the freedom that awaits you on the other side. Letting go, making room. When we let go, break away, we make room for that which is yet to come. I will note that this making room can test our faith. It is rarely instantaneous, like moving a couch out the back door as a new couch is being delivered. Letting go is more like packing all of your belongings into a pod and watching it be driven away, not knowing if you'll ever see your things again. And then when you get to your destination, finding out that the truck that has your pod with all your belongings is somewhere en route, expected to arrive in 5 to 10 days. I did not read that story in a book. Everybody, do me a favor and pick up your order of service and wave it at me. Very nice, thanks. Remember to take it home with you. Don't hide it in the hymnals. And now that you have your order of service out, take a look at the artwork on the front. For those of you online, I'm sorry you're not able to see this. I created the slideshow before we created the order of service, but you can search it online. It's an image from the graffiti artist Banksy. The image is called Girl with Balloon, and it shows a young girl letting go of a red heart balloon. It is a sweet and compelling image. I think sometimes we forget that we can let go gently, with gratitude for what has been, making room for that which wants to be manifested in and through us. Maybe it's that forgetting that makes us hang on to people and things with a death grip, or when things go sour, to smash it all to dust. When it comes to letting go of aspects of ourselves, we can do that gently as well. Sure, we might be silly, feel really dumb for letting ourselves get hurt or misunderstood, but it really will not help matters if we beat ourselves up over our mistakes. Being honest with ourselves is necessary. Being brutal is not. Of course, you know all that. As usual, I'm just preaching to myself up here. Mostly what I want you to hear is that you are worthy of love and understanding. I know you didn't believe that, so take it in again. You are worthy of love and understanding. When we let go, we create spaciousness, breathing room. In my former religious life, I learned that grace means unmerited favor. But since I often confuse unmerited with unworthy, I suggest we define grace as spaciousness. A spaciousness that we can create in our own lives and that can offer others as well. Once we have let go of some of our bad theology, and this is a process that can take some time, so be patient. Once we've let some of that go, we can begin to hear that inner, truer voice that Parker Palmer describes as an inner teacher whose guidance is more reliable than anything we can get from a doctrine, ideology, collective belief system, institution, or leader. When we make room for that inner teacher, we create the conditions that make it possible to find our center. And since we are gathered here together, I will note that although it is possible to do all of this alone, it is really much more fun in community. So a word about community. At the beginning of our worship together, you heard some really important things about how we are together, how we make space for difference, even as we strive to weave together a good theology that is expansive and embracing. As your minister, I do not dictate what that theology will be, except to remind you that if you are going to be part of this Unitarian Universalist community, a theology must be centered in love and include concepts and practices that are suddenly, distressingly, risky behaviors. In this community, we believe in and practice radical things like diversity, equity, and inclusion. Perhaps you know those as DEI. We also strive for pluralism, believing that there is good to be found in various religions and spiritual practices, and that as long as love is at the heart, we can embrace that wisdom. And justice-making is at the very heart of our blended faith family, and has been, since at least the 1700s. Actually, I could probably go back to the mid-1500s, but I don't want to show off. We believe that those are the building blocks of good theology. Beyond that, it is up to each individual to do the hard work of naming that which is of ultimate importance, what some people may call God. We call that transformation, and we invite you to fill your spirit with the power of awe and wonder. We believe in the interconnectedness and interdependence of all life, and we embody that in respect for our living planet. And we encourage generosity, sharing knowledge and material goods, because the act of sharing is what builds community. Now, if you've been keeping track, I've just named 6 qualities and practices that we strive to embody as Unitarian Universalists: diversity, equity, and inclusion, pluralism, justice, and transformation. So basically, being a UU is a bit like collecting the pie pieces in a Trivial Pursuit game. When you get all 6, you win at life. And just like the game piece holds those pie pieces together, love is the glue that binds us to one another and to that which is of ultimate importance. Earlier, you heard we envision members and friends of UU Amherst as pilgrims traveling on life's journey together, creating shared ministry through which we can grow our souls in ways truthful to ourselves, caring of others, and sustaining of the planet. I swiped those words from another UU community, because aren't we here to travel life's journey together, creating shared ministry that is truthful, caring, and sustaining? Well, that's why I'm here. And I think that's good theology. There's good theology and there's bad theology. Revered UU religious educator Sophia Lyon-Fahs captured the essential difference of these theologies in her poems, It Matters What We Believe. Some beliefs are like walled gardens. They encourage exclusiveness and the feeling of being especially privileged. Other beliefs are expansive and lead the way into wider and deeper sympathies. Some beliefs are like shadows, clouding children's days with fears of unknown calamities. Other beliefs are like sunshine, blessing children with the warmth of happiness. Some beliefs are divisive, separating the saved from the unsaved, friends from enemies. Other beliefs are bonds in a world community where sincere differences beautify the pattern. Some beliefs are like blinders, shutting off the power to choose one's own direction. Other beliefs are like gateways, opening wide vistas for exploration. Some beliefs weaken a person's selfhood. They blight the growth of resourcefulness. Other beliefs nurture self-confidence and enrich the feelings of personal worth. Some beliefs are rigid, like the body of death, impotent in a changing world. Other beliefs are pliable, like the young sapling, ever growing with the upward thrust of life. That's good theology.